Hi dear students, welcome back to the section of Mathematics of class 9. Today we are going to discuss about the MCQ sections of the chapter Lines and Angles. So dear students, we already studied about lines and angles and today we are just discussing about the MCQ section, that's it. So from every question there are some things which you have already known, means the triangular theorem, that means the law of triangles, that means if you are adding all the three angles of a triangle, the sum of the angles will be 180 degree. Then about complementary, supplementary, then the exterior angle theorem, all these things together we are going to discuss one by one. So let us get into the question, and while solving the questions itself, I will give in between, I will give you the descriptions how to understand the question. Okay, that's it. So let us get into the question number 1 before you. So dear students, in the very first question you can see that this is the diagram given in the question. In this figure you have to find the value of x. You have to find the value of x. So x is here. So one thing is very clear, this is an exterior angle because this is a triangle, right? It's a triangle, and if you are extending this part, definitely this is what we call the exterior angle. And we already know the exterior angle is equal to the sum of interior opposite angles. So this is a triangle, so interior opposite angle. Interior angles means these three are the interior angles. But I use the word interior opposite angles. Interior opposite angles. So this is the interior adjacent angle. But the interior opposite angles are these two angles. That means this x will be equal to this one plus this one. That's the thing which you have to understand first. So if you understood this one, if you got this much and if you got this much, and if you are adding these two things, whatever you are getting, that will be the answer for x. So the main condition is you have to find these two things. From here one thing is very clear. See, without doing much further calculation, we are getting into the question. See here, if this is 120, what about this one? How much it will be? It will be 60. How did you got it? Because it's a linear pair. Because in a line, you can see it is divided into two pieces. So that's what we call linear pair, right? Linear pair. The sum of linear pair is supplementary. That means when you are adding two angles which are in linear pair, they will be 180 degree. So if altogether if it is 180 and if this is 120, definitely this is 60. So keep in your mind this is 60. What about this one? If this is 110, you know, here also you can see a line. So you can see here also a linear pair is formed. So this is 110 and here 110 plus how much to become 180? 70. So this is 70 and this is 60. 70 plus 60 is 130. So the right answer is 130. So you will say the value of x is 130. Just by drawing the figure, from the figure you can understand that. If you drawn the figure, from that one you will get an idea that whether they are in linear pair or whether these two are linear, means from the given questions or from the given information, how to bring it to the non-information. That's a very, how to bring them into the non-information is very important thing. So there it is. So the value of x is 130 degree. Going to the next question. An acute angle is. There are some options given here. So tell me, what is an acute angle? Is it 90 degree, or is it more than 90 degree, or is it less than 90 degree? What do you know? Acute angle is less than 90 degree. If it is 90, then what it is called? It's called a right angle, right? If it is more than 90 and less than 180, that is what we call obtuse angle. And if it is 180 itself, it's a straight line. If 180 itself, we will say it's a zero angle, or we will say it is a 180 degree angle. Both are same. If it is more than 180, that typical type of angle is what we call reflex angle. Reflex angle. Is that clear? So like this, we used to categorize them. So here the right answer is less than 90 degree because it's acute. Less than 90 means the value of that particular angle should lie between 0 and 90. Then that typical angle is what we call acute angle. Clear? Next question. Two angles whose sum is equal to 180 degree is called. Watch. If you are taking two angles and if you are adding them together, you got 180 degree as their sum. Those typical type of angles are what we call supplementary angles. Keep this in mind. The word supplementary means 180. From this one, let me give you another information. If you are adding two angles, if you got 90 degree instead of 180, you got only the half, 90 degree. Then those two angles are what we call complementary angle. That means if an angle is given, just imagine that if an angle is given 50 degree. For a 50 degree angle, they ask you what is the complementary angle of this 50 degree angle. What is the complementary? So when you're hearing the word complementary, it should come in your mind that it is 90. So now it is given 50. How much more? 40 more to become complementary. So we will say the complementary angle of 50 degree angle is 40 degree angle. At the same time, the supplementary angle of 50 degree angle will be, it's not 40 because supplementary means the total sum should come 180, right? So tell me, now it is only 50, so 130 more to become 50. 130 more to become 180. So we will say 130 degree is the supplementary angle of angle 50. So this is the words which you have to understand, complementary and supplementary. So in this question, complementary means 90 degree. The sum should be 90 degree and the supplementary means that the sum should be 180 degree. Is that clear? That's it. Going to the next question. An exterior angle of a triangle is 105 degree and its two interior opposite angles are equal. Each of these angles is. That means here very clearly is given an exterior angle of a triangle. An exterior angle of a triangle is given. It is 105 degree. So let us simply draw a triangle. This is the exterior angle, right? An exterior part. So in this triangle, what they are given? This exterior angle is 105 degree. That is the thing which is given. So this is 105 degree. Is that clear? And the interior opposite angles, these two angles are equal. These two angles are equal. So what will be the measure of each angles? How much they will be? So we already know that by the theorem, we know that exterior angle theorem, the addition of or the sum of these two interior opposite angles will be equal to the exterior angle. If you are adding these two, you should get this one. If this is 100, this should be 5 degree. Then only 100 plus 5, it will become 105, like that. You have to add these two things and you will get it. And in this question, very clearly it is mentioned these two are having the same degree. So now tell me, if they are having the same degree, what will be each of them? If you are adding together, you should get 105. That means this will be half of 105. This will be the other half of 105. Now tell me, what is the half of 105? What is the half of 150? 5 more. Half of 5, 2 and a half. So 50 plus 2 and a half, 52 and a half. Means 52.5, or we will say 52 and 1 by 2 degree. So here it is 52 and 1 by 2 degree. 52 and 1 by 2 degree. You can write it as 52.5 also. Is it clear? Like this you got it. Go to the next question. Here in this question it is given that the exterior angle of a triangle is 80 degree. So just imagine the same triangle. The exterior angle is other than this 105. Just imagine that it is 80 degree. It is the 80 degree is given there. So let us write it. The exterior angle is 80 degree. Let me draw that one again. Here you can see this triangle, this will be the exterior angle and this is given 80 degree is given. Clear? And the interior opposite angles, these two angles. Here it was mentioned that they are equal. But in this question it is given that they are in the ratio 1:3. Then what will be the measure of each angle? 1:3. What does it mean by 1:3? Already you know that if you are adding these two angles, you will get 80 degree because it is 80 already here. So addition of these two angles, the sum of these two angles will be 80 itself. So out of 80, the total is 80. So out of 80, one part will be for one and the third part will be for this one. So how many 3 plus 1, how many parts are there? Totally 4 parts are there. So we can say that 1 by 4 part will be for one angle and next 3 by 4th part will be for the other angle. So multiply both by 80 because that's the total. When cancelling these two, how much you will get? This will become 20 degree and this one 20 into 3, it is 60 degree. So 20 degree and 60 degree will be the answer. So this is the way how you can calculate. But if it is a 2-mark question, you can do like that. There's no need to think. I will give you much more easier method. Listen to this one very carefully. Now 1:3. Here there is no need to add them together and take the parts and then 1 by 4th part of 80 will be the first one. 3 by 4th part of 80 will be the second one, like that. But here it is very clearly given 1:3. Means the first angle, whatever it is, 3 times it will be the second angle. 3 times of this one. And one thing is clear, in these options which are given, you can see that every options, the first angle 3 times is the next angle. So that was the first shortcut which we could understand, right? Means first angle 3 times should be the next angle. So if there is anything like that, then that will be the answer. But here you can see that unfortunately every options are 3 times of the other. So by that method you cannot find. Another one, when adding together it will be 80. So from this one you can see from the options given, when adding together if it is 80, there is only one option given there, and that is 20 and 60. Adding these two things you are getting 80. So that's the answer. So like that also you can find this one. There is no need to do these sums and understand. Clear? Okay, fine. Going to the next question. Okay students, in this question you can see that there is a figure given here, right? In this figure it's given that angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D plus angle E plus angle F is equal to K right angles, and find the value of K. That means the figure which is given here is so this is the figure given here. The name of this figure here it is mentioned ABC, and this one is DEF. So they are asking that when you are adding all the angles of these triangles, how many right angles are formed? That's our question. How many right angles? So now tell me, this is ABC is a triangle, DEF is other triangles. When you are adding all the angles of a triangle, you will get 180 degree. 180 means how many right angles? 2 right angles. So that means in the sum of a triangle, there are 2 right angles. So here there are 2 triangles. So in each triangle there will be 2 right angles. So if you are taking all the sum of these 2 triangles, we can say there are 4 right angles, right? In each triangle there are 2 right angles. So altogether you can say there are 4 right angles. So we can say the answer is 4. So one more question from this part. Here a figure is given. In this figure, L1 is parallel to L2. 2 lines are given, L1 and L2, they are parallel. Let us draw that one. So here this is L1 and this is your L2. These 2 lines are parallel to each other, and here this is given as X. So here in this figure you can see that this L1 and L2 they are parallel to each other, and you have to find this X. You have to find this X, and the given thing is this is 45, here it is 35 given. See, when L1 and L2 are parallel to each other, what about this angle? These 2 angles are, because this is 2 parallel lines, and this is what we call the transversal, right? We studied in our 7th class. So this transversal, when they are cutting 2 parallel lines, these 2 angles which are formed here is what we call corresponding angles. So we can say that the corresponding angles are equal. At the same time, what about this angle? What about this angle? This is what we call co-interior angles. What do you know about co-interior angles? The sum of co-interior angles are supplementary. That means if you are adding these 2 angles, it will be 180. Keeping that in your mind. So is there any way to find this angle? Yes, because if this is 45 and this is 35, what about this one? You can see here there is a triangle formed. So 45 plus 35 it is 80. It is 80. So this is a triangle. So when you are adding these 2, you got 80. What about this one? This will become 100, because total 180 should come, right? When you are adding all the 3 angles of a triangle, should be 180. So here when you are adding these 2 angles, already you got 80. So definitely we can say this angle is 100. If this is 100, then this is also 100. Can you give me the reason? Vertically opposite angle, right? It's vertically opposite. So this is also 100. Now I told you, when you are considering these 2 angles, they are, the sum of these 2 angles are supplementary. Why? Because they are co-interior angles. So adding these 2 angles, you should get 180. So if this is 100, what about this one? It is 80. So we can say X is equal to 80. So this is the way how to find, or in other words, you can find anyhow you got this as 100. So if this is 100, then this angle will be 80, because it's a linear pair, right? If this is 100, this is 80. So if this is 80, this one also should become 80, because this is what we call corresponding angles. So in that condition also means what is coming in your mind first. Go with that one. There's no need to find and understand this by heart and sit and study this one again and again and again. Study it by heart. There's no need. If you are understanding the question, what are the tips? Whenever, keep this in your mind. Whenever you are getting that 2 lines are given parallel, anywhere you will have to use the theorem of the transversals. Okay, that means co-interior angles, corresponding angles, then alternative angles. Anywhere you will have to use those things. So you must be familiar with those things also. So that's it. So this is all from this chapter. So it's a very easy chapter. You understood this very clearly. I hope that. Okay, again, we will meet in the next section. So for today it's enough. And I hope that you understood this section. That's very important. So try to practice again and again. These questions are so important and so easy to understand, and very fast you will get the solutions also. So keep on practicing the questions. We will meet again in the next video with a new chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye.